Hi guys, I know that, oh my gosh, this lighting is, let me take these off. Okay, that's the way my TikTok video was. Okay, so as you can tell, like my eyes are super puffy. Those of you who follow my TikTok know that I got a death omen. I'm gonna try to do this without crying. I got a death omen this morning. I also got a notification from a family member that my grandmother had been transferred from her rehab facility back to the ER. So my grandmother became very ill with a urinary tract infection, which can kind of make them delirious when they get into the crone years that my grandmother is in. She is 84. And so my poor grandmother goes into the hospital, miraculously makes a pretty good recovery. She's kind of like a cat. And, you know, we're all so impressed because she was so out of it and it was so bad when she got there. The infection was so terrible that we weren't sure what was going to happen. So they ride her to go to a rehab facility. We choose a 5-star facility that's new. It's been open about 8 months, has great ratings, costs the most, about $6,000 a night for Medicare to pay for this place. And they left her unattended and she fell out of the wheelchair and hit her head. And the ER only kept her literally for like a hot minute, sent her back. I didn't understand that. And she became septic, and went into toxic shock, this morning. That's when I got the notification. And I get this death omen and I'm still struggling, right? I'm still like, I know what this is. I knew at the moment that I saw it. And, but like anybody, just because I'm a witch doesn't mean that I'm not a person. So I struggled with it and I pushed it away and I was like, no, no, no. And then a series of more events happened that were really eerie, but the one I really want to talk about, because it's just not possible, like this may not mean a lot to you guys, but it means a lot to me. And so my grandmother collected elephants my whole life. She has like hundreds in her house: elephant tables, elephant figurines, elephant necklaces, elephant jewelry. I can't even tell you, elephant shirts. I mean, she has elephants everywhere, elephants from all over the world. And my child had a toy that I've thrown away forever ago. I have a 2-year-old and it was a choking hazard and we couldn't keep it. And I was like, I've got to throw this away when they're not looking. So I did. I threw it away in all of its pieces. And so after I get this death omen and I'm struggling and I go into the kitchen and I move a basket that's next to a stereo that I have. And this piece of this toy falls out and it's a little elephant. And I just held this and just stared at it and I was like, it's her. The death omen is her. So I made it up to the hospital as quickly as I could and I've just gotten home. I spent the majority of my time there just watching her just writhe in pain because they won't give her narcotics, like hydrocodone or these Schedule 3 drugs to ease her pain because they need to assess her mental stability. They need to get a baseline on her mental awareness. The doctor's not even going to be there till Monday, and she just cried and begged for medicine, and it was the most horrible thing I've ever seen. You know, we think about our crone years as these years of wisdom and achievement and obtainment and like completing the wheel, right? Completing the circle. And that isn't what's happening for her. What's happening for her is torture. It's torture. They want to just let her lay there in pain and suffer so that they can get a baseline so they can get her out of ICU, basically, because it costs money. They had to stick a thermometer in her ass, this poor, frail woman, to be able to warrant what they call a bear hugger or an electric blanket. Like, they literally made us do that. And she's so frail. I just, like, that's basically all I can say about that. I'm gonna lose my shit. Okay, so I come home and I'm like, what's the plan? Like, how do I fix this? How do I make this better? And so I plan on doing spirit magic after I kind of regain a little bit of myself. I'm emotionally exhausted. I'm depleted at this point. But I hope to, within a few hours, be able to get enough energy, and I am going to rock some spirit magic, and I'm going to call forth my grandmother's mother, who has passed, obviously, and I'm going to ask her for help, because somebody on the other side needs to come and get her, because she could die. But this going on any longer, this torture and agonizing pain, and she just keeps saying, I'm so confused, I'm so confused. She just keeps saying it. It's literally, it's the most awful thing to see. So I am going to get through the veil and try to get help from them so that loving family members can come and get her, so that she doesn't have to do this anymore. But I had so many plans to make so many fun videos this weekend. It's been kind of crazy. So thank you for any of you who sent me those insanely kind messages on TikTok, full of blessings and hopes and wishes for my family. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for the support. It means more to me than you know. So be well, and I will keep you updated. Thank you, guys.